What's going on, guys? I'm your host from the East Coast, Jinder Man 94, here to give you guys my WWE Smackdown Live review for January 24th, 2017. The Smackdown Live go-home show for the Royal Rumble. That will be this Sunday. Just a quick note, I'll be giving you guys my Royal Rumble predictions and my NXT TakeOver predictions probably within the next 2 days. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, we had a very good go-home show from SmackDown Live. Established some rivalries, maybe even some potential rivalries after the Royal Rumble is over. And I felt like they did a good job of getting me excited for the Royal Rumble. Something Raw did not do yesterday, which is why I didn't give you guys a Raw review. But let's get into the show because we had a very good show here. So, SmackDown Live kicked off with The Miz in Daniel Bryan's office complaining to him about not having space in the locker room or something like that, or something about how he pays all the salaries of the guys in the locker room. He shouldn't be mistreated like this. Daniel Bryan joked and said he could give him like a space in the public restroom or something if he wants, and something like that. But he wound up giving The Miz an IC title rematch against Dean Ambrose. And The Miz suggested it be a no disqualification match, but then it was like, nah, since you pay everybody salaries, let's have them all at ringside for a Lumberjack match, which is something I haven't seen in a minute. So, hey, why not? A Lumberjack match, that's pretty cool. It'll probably, at the time we thought it would neutralize Maurice a little bit, considering the Lumberjacks are technically allowed to beat up the wrestlers. So technically it kind of was a no DQ match, just with a bunch of people on the outside. Or whatever, I don't know. It was pretty much trying to keep them inside the ring so that, they could have the match and have a decisive finish to the match. But, yeah, so that would be the main event for SmackDown. We'll talk about that in a minute. So the first match we got is Randy Orton versus Luke Harper. Now, this match was set up last week by Bray Wyatt to ease the tension in the Wyatt family so that they can move on. They've been having problems the past couple of weeks, and now the two quote-unquote brothers can go at it once and for all to end this. The crowd was obviously behind Orton in this match because you can just sense the turn is coming. Bray sat on the outside in his rocking chair like he normally does and just watched the match. He wouldn't acknowledge either one of them in the very early parts of the match. He was just sitting there, just enjoying the match for what it was. He just looked at the ring with a blank stare on his face. He started to get into it as the match went on, but just for the beginning parts of the match, he didn't really do much. Even when they were fighting on the outside of the ring. But Orton was in control in the beginning of the match and even tried to set up for an early RKO that Luke Harper countered. Harper was pretty much getting his ass kicked, man. He was getting back body dropped on the barricade, the announce table. Orton was just working this guy over. Then they winded up, both on the outside of the ring on the ground. And that's when Bray Wyatt got up and intervened in the match and threw them both back inside the ring so that they wouldn't be counted out. And I kind of loved what they did there with that. Bray wanted both of them to get it out of their system, and there had to be a winner and there had to be a loser. He wasn't going to let them get counted out. But, they would get stronger no matter what. That's what Bray was pretty much preaching. Then it was a back and forth match until Harper went for his discus clothesline, which Randy Orton countered and just somehow slithered his way in, because he's the Viper, into an RKO instead. And that was the end of the match. Randy won. After the match, Bray got into the ring, shook Randy Orton's hand, and he picked up Luke Harper and was just hugging him like, yeah, we got this out of our system now. And then, boom, hits him with his sister Abigail. I'm just like, okay, cool, I think. I don't know what to make of that. I don't know. Commentary put it over as tough love, or maybe it was, is Luke Harper kicked out of the Wyatt family? We don't exactly know what happened there. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But for now, there's still uncertainty in the Wyatt family. But it was a good match. And then the ending kind of left me a little confused, but I guess we'll see in the near future what's going on with that. We have Renee Young in the ring interviewing Mickie James. Mickie James came out last week. She interfered in the Women's Championship Steel Cage match on behalf of Alexa Bliss and helped her retain her title. So Renee, asked her why. Like, why'd you do this? Then Mickie proceeded to say she beat Trish Stratus for her first women's title in the WWE, and she's a 5-time women's champion. Renee said yeah, okay, that's cool, but, you haven't answered my question yet. And Mickey said that she did. Renee was like, you just ran down your resume. And Mickey was like, yeah, of course, I have to run down my resume. I'm giving you your answer as to why I did it. She said that people think that Becky Lynch, and, others in the women's division made women's wrestling important, as if everything that she has accomplished meant nothing. And she would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for Alexa Bliss. And Renee was like, isn't Alexa a part of the women's revolution? And then Mickey proceeded to say Alexa has been fighting against the agenda that they've started, because they've overlooked and overshadowed her, even though she's a champion. Alexa knows all of Mickey's career and, her accomplishments, and she has tremendous respect for her. So she's the reason that Mickey is even on SmackDown to begin with. Mickey says it's not about the revolution, it's about the reinvention of Mickie James. And then, of course, Becky Lynch came out and she was ready to throw them hands. She didn't want to cash her outside. She wanted to cash her in the ring. So Becky started kicking her ass and everything. Mickey got away from her and tried to run through the crowd. As Becky went after her, Alexa Bliss popped up out of nowhere and smacked her with a forearm as Becky was trying to hop over the barricade. They throw her back into the ring. Mickey hits her with the mid kick, and then Alexa hits the Sparkle Splash, and Mickey grabs the mic and tells her to always be one step ahead. It was a great promo, and it also got good heat on Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, so Becky is probably going to be done with the women's title. She's probably just going to go after Mickie James. They'll have a match, probably at Elimination Chamber. I'm not sure, maybe they're going to build it for a few more weeks before they give them the match, but I figure that's going to be her next rivalry. And as we saw, Alexa Bliss might potentially have a new rivalry as well. And we'll talk about that pretty soon. But after that, we got a battle royal, a 10-man battle royal for a spot in the Royal Rumble. It pretty much just looked like a tag team battle royal, because that was all that was in there. SmackDown was showing a little bit of their weakness, which is roster depth. They don't really have a lot of people on the roster to do these types of matches, but nonetheless, it didn't go that long, and Mojo Rawley earned himself a spot in the Royal Rumble. And I think the only reason they gave it to him, kind of felt bad, because the Hype Bros were supposed to be the number one contenders for the tag team championships. But, Zack Ryder had got hurt, and, now he's on the shelf for a couple months. Hopefully he gets better soon. But they're going to give Mojo Rawley that win, because there was really nobody else, maybe other than Rhino, that would have mattered to go into the Royal Rumble. And just with the energy that Mojo Rawley exudes, and just his passion for staying hype, it'll bring a different type of motivation into the Royal Rumble, a different type of feel, because he's going to come in there hot, and it's going to be hard to eliminate him. So he earned himself a spot in the Royal Rumble. That was pretty cool. After that, we had Nikki Bella, outside of the arena, just walking like in between two production trucks or whatever. And she was interviewed by one of their female interview. I don't even know the girl's name. I forgot. I'll learn it soon enough, I guess. She was just pretty much talking about how people are always comparing her career to what John Cena has done, and their relationship always gets brought up into the mix, and people are pretty much saying that Cena is the reason why she's had so much success in the WWE. And Nikki Bella was like, she's tired of hearing that, and said John has nothing to do with her success in the WWE. She's worked her ass off, and even though they're dating, and even though their faces are together on a production truck, it doesn't mean that Cena is pulling somebody backstage to give her these opportunities. And that's when Natty popped up and was like, dang, my face isn't on here, and I'm way more talented than you are. And then, Nikki Bella went to attack her, and Natty winded up throwing her into the production truck. The same one she was talking about that Nikki was, her face was next to John Cena on. But yeah, this rivalry is still heating up, man. Like, these two do not like each other. You can feel it. You can feel that they don't like each other. After that, speaking of John Cena, nice little segue there. AJ Styles calls out John Cena. But before he called him out, he came out and he complained about the Royal Rumble poster. Everybody's been talking about it on social media. about how AJ Styles is way, way, way in the back. You guys can look it up. It's on Twitter, Google, or whatever. AJ is in like the second to last row of the Royal Rumble poster, but John Cena is like one row from the front. And he was just talking about that. Says that Shane is showing him no respect at all as being the WWE champion, the face that runs the place, and the champ that runs the camp. And then that's when he called John Cena to come out. And then he immediately started going in on Cena. Wouldn't let him talk first. He's talked first. And then he showed some footage of Cena on the Today Show and how they completely disrespected AJ, saying that Cena's going to face just some guy from Atlanta at the Royal Rumble, whoever he is, and pretty much just showing him no respect, no selling who he is, no selling that he's the champ, and just pretty much just making fun of him. And then AJ was like, you must have forgot who I am. I'm not just some guy from Atlanta. I'm the phenomenal AJ Styles. I'm the champ that runs the camp, the unbeatable, unstoppable champ who's been running SmackDown Live since he's been gone. And nobody's missed Cena when he was gone. AJ says he's replaced Cena because he's the man on SmackDown Live and Cena is not. And it eats Cena up every day and every time he steps into the ring with him because he knows AJ is the better man. He also comes up with a bunch of excuses, so AJ has one for him, and it's Cena. He's the only excuse left, and he's a sorry excuse for a wrestler. He pokes fun at Cena's shirt. It says something about respect is earned or something like that. And then he asks, how does he get some respect as being the champ? Does he have to beat him at the Royal Rumble? Because he's not settling for a loss. He's going to put his foot in his ass. And then that's when Cena just completely goes off once again. Like, their promos have been heated too. Like, I've been loving what they've been doing. Though it kind of makes Cena look like the heel a little bit here because of what he says here. I'm about to get into it. Cena says that the champ is tense and complaining that he's not getting respected. Cena says 10,000 people tell him he sucks every time he steps through those curtains and comes to the ring, but he's not complaining about it. After all he does and after how hard he works for the company, AJ's complaining about respect. He's going to blame Cena because Cena buried him, but he's complaining about respect. He's been holding the company down for more than a decade, and AJ's only been doing it for 6 months. He's just been hot for 6 months. He said he wasn't, he's not built for the indie scene like AJ was. He was built for the WWE. Cena says that AJ's not on his level or the one below him. He's lower than the level that's below Cena. And Cena said he gets more done in a day than AJ does in his whole career. That's a lot. But he doesn't complain about it. He earns every day and shuts people's mouths. He doesn't care about a poster. He's worried about the championship match on Sunday. He's not just a guy from Atlanta. He's just a guy. Not the guy Roman Reigns. He's just a guy. He's holding the title. This is crazy. Cena said that AJ is holding the title because Cena let him hold the title. That's why he's the champion. Because Cena didn't decide that he wanted to take the title back yet. I'm like, dang, that's a shot, Cena. Man, like, whoa, man, chill. He says he thought AJ was different, but he's just like everybody else who wants to be John Cena. Mr. quote-unquote face that runs the place. He pretty much used that against AJ. AJ took that from Cena, tried to use it against Cena, and Cena winded up doubling back and making that something that he used against AJ, which is crazy. Cena came up with the catchphrase, AJ's using it now, and now Cena's calling him a John Cena, well, I guess a John Cena wannabe, pretty much. And he's going to find out Sunday that there's only one John Cena, and he's still a bad, bad man, and his time is now, so recognize. I don't think a lot of people caught the bad, bad man reference. That was one of the songs on John Cena's album back in like 2005. One of my favorite albums of all time. That album was great when Cena was doing his basic Thugonomics gimmick and was really getting hot, really getting a full head of steam in the WWE, and he actually did put out a rap album, and that was one of the songs on there called Bad Bad Man, one of my favorite songs. So I kind of popped when he said that, because, he doesn't really reference his rap career that much, so when he talked about the song a little bit, that got me going a little crazy. But I do think Cena's going to lose at the Rumble. Because like I said, this was a great promo from both of them. but it just sounded like Cena was the heel here. Like, how can you feel bad for Cena in this situation? You feel bad for AJ. AJ got destroyed on the mic. He did. He did deliver a great promo, but at the same time, Cena killed him. Cena just told him he's a wannabe. He just told him, you're only the champion because I let you be the champion. Those are fighting words. AJ should have knocked his teeth down his throat for just saying that. And AJ was pissed after Cena walked away. He just threw the mic and he just had this look on his face. But I don't know, man. I think AJ's gonna kick Cena's ass at the Royal Rumble, and it would be lovely. Even though I'm a John Cena fan, as much as I want to see him tie Ric Flair's record for 16-time world champion, I think AJ needs it right now. Cena still has plenty of years ahead of him. He's still in great shape for his age, and just for how long he's been in the WWE. So he's gonna have plenty of times to not only tie that record but break it. But I think they need to roll with AJ Styles here and just roll with him at least till Mania. I feel like that's where their money should be invested in, especially if Cena's leaving after Mania. I think AJ should still be the champion. But we'll see. We'll see what WWE does at the Royal Rumble. So after that wonderful segment, we got Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler was laser focused in this match and won the match pretty quick. Kalisto went for a springboard attack, and Ziggler caught him with a super kick out of nowhere for the easy win. After the match, Dolph went for the steel chair once again. JBL got up again to try to say something to Ziggler, but winded up distracting him as Apollo Crews ran from the backstage area because he knew what was about to happen with the steel chair. To attack Ziggler. He took the chair from him, almost smacked him with it, but winded up hitting the ring post instead, and Ziggler ran away from him. Apollo Crews been, trying to save his good friend Kalisto for the past couple of weeks now, and he's getting closer and closer to getting some revenge on Ziggler, who destroyed him with a chair last week, or the week before. But, yeah, that was pretty cool. Then we got Natalya versus Naomi, who returned to the WWE, and I was like, yes, Naomi's no longer injured. She's back in the women's division that just keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger, especially with the addition of Mickie James. And now we just have another great women's wrestler back. And but instead of getting the match, Natalya, they cut to the scene after Natalya's music hits of Natalya getting her ass handed to her backstage by Nikki Bella. Like I said earlier, this feud is getting hotter and hotter and hotter. They are just going at it. They are killing each other. They don't like eeach other. And you can not only see it, but you can sense it. You can just feel the animosity that they have for each other. But man, it's just so much bad blood. So, obviously the match wasn't going to happen. So Naomi grabbed the mic and says that she's not going anywhere. That's not going down like that tonight. She says SmackDown is the land of opportunity, and she's about to land her opportunity. She's not leaving until somebody comes out. Any woman wrestler from the back that wants to come out, she wants to have a match with them. And that's when the women's champion comes out. And I'm like, oh my God, they're not going to do this. I know they weren't going to do it right then and there, but Alexa came out, said she's not accepting her challenge. She's not accepting a challenge from a nobody, and asked her who is she again, and just pretty much was disrespecting her and just asking her who she thinks she is. Naomi said she was going to snatch her blonde hair bald if she gets into this ring. Alexa was like, you think you're going to do that? Okay. All right, let's do this. And Naomi was like, you're looking at the new SmackDown Women's Champion. I'm just like, oh my God. Are they going to give Naomi a title match? She deserves one. If anybody deserves one, it's Naomi. She's worked her ass off in this company, and she's never got a women's championship match. So Alexa, of course, teases getting into the ring, but she winded up taking the powder, and just told her to say hello to obscurity for her. And like I said, maybe Naomi's going to get her title match in the near future. Maybe this could be a new rivalry for Alexa Bliss. It's a fresh matchup. Haven't seen it before. So let's do it. I say, why not? If Becky Lynch is going on to Mickie James, then we need to get Naomi and Alexa Bliss for the title. Let them build it up first before you just give them the match. But I feel like these two are good on the mic, and they could have epic promos with each other, and it's just another women's rivalry that makes sense, that would mean something on SmackDown. SmackDown knows what they're doing. But yeah, I would love to see them go at it. Naomi should have been women's champion a while ago, man. But maybe she'll be the one to take the title off of Alexa. So after that, we got Dean Ambrose getting interviewed right before his Intercontinental Championship defense in the Lumberjack match. He says this match is very unpredictable, and he's going to trust all his instincts, just like he's going to do at the Royal Rumble to win the match. And his instincts are telling him to smash the Miz's face in and break his nose. And there's no amount of Lumberjacks that can stop him from doing that or retaining his championship. And that's when we get our main event, The Miz versus Dean Ambrose, for the WWE Intercontinental Championship in a Lumberjack match. Now, normally in this match, the face is the one who gets his ass kicked for majority of the match by the Lumberjacks, or at least it's a mixture of both, especially in the beginning. But when the Miz got dumped outside the ring, all of them was kicking his ass. Faces, heels, it did not matter, because he made those comments earlier to Daniel Bryan that he was paying all their salaries and he's the reason why SmackDown is the way it is, and which I can kind of agree with him a little bit. He's kind of been on a hot streak of late. I love The Miz. But still, they were, of course, going to take some type of, they were going to take something up with him because of that. They weren't going to take his comments lightly, and they were going to show him that, hey, you're not just going to say that and get away with it. We're going to kick your ass. But it was a highly competitive contest, just with the added factor of the Lumberjacks on the outside. Things kind of normalized a little bit. They started beating up Dean as well. It only took a few times of Dean going to the outside and getting his ass kicked for him to fight back. He started kicking everybody's ass, even Baron Corbin, who was on the outside, pretty much ruling over the heel part of the Lumberjacks. He was pretty much directing traffic out there. Miz was still doing his best Daniel Bryan move impersonations. Maurice was still interfering in the match, and then one time when she did, I guess she held Dean's leg when he was getting back in the ring, and while he was distracted and the ref was taking care of her, he turned around and Daniel Bryan hit him. See, look, I said Daniel Bryan. The Miz hit him with Daniel Bryan's running knee attack and almost got the victory. See, The Miz keeps doing his moveset, and I started to think that it was Daniel Bryan out there. God, I miss that man wrestling. Oh, man, I wish WWE would just clear him already. Oh, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, then it got to the point where everything just broke loose. The Lumberjacks got into the ring. They started beating up everybody. Everybody was going after each other. Just chaos ensued in that match. And then Corbin started throwing everybody outside of the ring because, the Royal Rumble's this Sunday. He's trying to get himself over. He's trying to look strong for the match. Started tossing people over the top rope. Got everybody up out of there. Then he went after Dean. Dean pulled the rope down. Corbin went flying. All the Lumberjacks went to the back. Miz went for the Skull Crusher finale, but Dean countered it, hit Dirty Deeds to retain his Intercontinental Championship and advance to the Royal Rumble, thus ending SmackDown. Like I said, another great, another very solid show from SmackDown Live. It was a great go-home show. Got me excited not only for the Royal Rumble, but even after the Royal Rumble. I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm excited to see what happens with this Nikki Bella and Natalya thing, this Alexa Bliss and Naomi thing, this Mickie James and Becky Lynch thing. I'm excited to see what Corbin's going to do at the Rumble. I'm excited to see, if anybody is going to, debut at the Rumble, somebody's going to return or something's going to happen. Who knows? Maybe The Miz could win the Rumble. He lost his title. He lost a rematch. Maybe he could be going after the world title. This John Cena AJ Styles match is going to be wonderful. It's going to be fantastic. I know they're going to tear the house down once again. It's just so many things that are going to happen. Like, what's going to happen with Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper? I don't know. I'm so excited. Everything has got me interested about SmackDown's part in the Royal Rumble match and the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. So we'll see. Maybe there'll be some more matches added. I'm not sure exactly yet. But for now, all I know is, the SmackDown people in the Royal Rumble and then John Cena versus AJ Styles. I don't know if any other matches have been set up yet, but I guess we'll see in the coming days if they'll add some more. But I don't know. I enjoy SmackDown. I've been enjoying SmackDown week after week after week. They keep doing great things. I heard Road Dogg is now the head writer for SmackDown Live, which if he is, he wrote a good show. I mean, him and the writers on SmackDown wrote a good show. Definitely something I can, review with purpose and being proud to review a wrestling show. Watching Raw and trying to review it is just so difficult at this time. And it's so frustrating when you're trying to build a wrestling channel and the WWE is not giving you good enough product to do so with. Maybe I just need to start watching 205 Live and reviewing that or something like that. Or, I don't know. Something's crazy. Because I'm tired of skipping out on Raw reviews because the show is just too horrible for me to just follow and to just... it's just so frustrating. I don't know why they can't do the same things they're doing on SmackDown on Raw. It's simple. Build good stories. Have good matches. Fresh matchups. Raw has the better roster, and I'm seeing more different matches on SmackDown. It doesn't make any sense to me, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully SmackDown continues to be great, and hopefully Raw gets there eventually. But let me know down in the comment section down below how you guys felt about tonight's SmackDown. Was it a good go-home show for the Royal Rumble? Did it do what it was supposed to do to get you guys hyped for the Royal Rumble? Did you like SmackDown better this week, or did you like Raw's go-home show better? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm eager to hear what you guys thought about that. Thank you guys for watching. Slap a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I'll talk to you guys later on this week, because this is a big week for the WWE with the Royal Rumble and NXT coming up. Peace.